Alright, so today I will be trying to figure out what size tires I can run on my Jeep. It's got a 4-inch rough country lift. The way I'm going to be doing this is I know that the tire I would like to run is a 35. So from the center of the hub to the ground, a 35 would be 17.5 inches, which is what I've got spaced. I've got 4.5 inches of spacing, give or take, to bring me up to that height. So to the center of my hub, 17.5 inches. Now I know, obviously I'm going to need to do some trimming, like I'm going to be removing all of this, and from there over and across, and that'll be to accommodate my doing a 2-bumper. I'm gonna start it right here, wrap it around. I'm gonna get a rough country winch plate, and then off the winch plate I'm gonna build a stinger about that high. So my stinger is going to come up, and I'm going to have that bar coming off, another bar coming off, and then one coming down at an angle to meet the bottom of the winch plate. And then I'll probably do some kind of gusseting in here somewhere for that stinger to strengthen it up a little bit. And that'll be something I'd like to start making a video series on building this Jeep. So that'll be something hopefully I can build on here. Now that being said, I know all this is going to be gone, so I'm not going to have an issue with tire rub. We'll go ahead and measure it anyways. So 17.5 inches. I bring it up. I'm never going to interfere anywhere in there. What you do have to think about is the fact it's going to be turning. I can't really turn it on these blocks, but I'll kind of give you a rough idea. If that's center, I would be smacking that at full compression. It'll never be that compressed, but so I know I would hit there. That's fine. That's all going to be removed. Now, the center, and we're just eyeballing it. I may wind up rubbing that sway bar, and then come back here. I know, as I said, there's 17.5 inches again, center of the hub. I know I would be hitting somewhere in here at full turn. I would definitely be hitting somewhere, one of these pinch welds. And that's okay, because you see this is all rotted out in here. So what I'll be doing anyways is, it's a pretty common modification, is cutting all of this out all the way down and getting 2x6 square tubing. And when I weld that in, it'll wind up being I have to look, but I believe it would be somewhere in there. And I'll run that out to about here and put an angle on it. So I believe that'll give me the clearance I need. If I have to, I can cut these. Prefer not to, but if I have to, I can trim those off, cut these, fold them over, put them to themselves, and then, oops, big rust hole. So I'm basically going to be rebuilding a lot of this inner fender well anyways, so I can do a lot of that fabrication to accommodate for the tire. Being I can, you know, remove some of this, possibly remove some of this without affecting anything under there. So now I've got one of my 35s off a different build, and those won't be going on here because I'm going up to 17-inch rims, and those are 15-inch tires. So by the time this is all cut out, I'll have about 3 inches of clearance there. I can show you the rims that are going on here. The wheels, I mean, are off of a 08 Grand Cherokee, 17-inch wheels. And definitely, anybody has any questions, I'm going to go through and basically break down this whole lift kit. It is RC 4-inch lift. Obviously it's already on, so I'll be going through and showing you all the issues I had with it, everything that it took to sort it out. And I'll be honest, it took a little bit of drive time to go through and really nitpick this lift kit and get everything in here, you know, the way it should be. So that'll be a separate video. I'll do something about that in another video. I'll show removing this. I've got these tires. I don't have my tape measure on me, but I believe these are, lighting sucks, but 245 65 R17. They're Discover. That lighting's horrible back here, sorry. They're Discover ATs. It's a Cooper tire. Now I bought these used, and the tires probably are not going to stay on at all, if very long at all. But I bought these used for $100, and they do need some cleaning up. But I bought them for the wheel, and this is one of the dirtier wheels actually. If you look down in there, there are a couple that are in really good shape. The spare does not match, and that's okay. I mean, like I said, I'm going to be, if not 35s, we're going to at least do 33s. I would eventually like to go to 35s. I'd also eventually like to go to a 6-inch long arm setup. Let me get out of the light a little bit. The bumper, doing new headlights. I'm going to be repainting the Jeep. I think that'll be nice. I'm thinking there is a gray that I've been seeing on a lot of newer vehicles, and it's like a very flat, almost military style gray, and I'll have to look it up. I've seen it on a couple Toyotas, and I believe Dodge is using a similar shade. But this is my stock ride height. That's 4 inches up. Well, not stock, obviously. This is 4 inches up from factory. I'll also be doing a review on the shocks. These are, I want to say 3-month-old. This is lift kit's 3 months old, and I'm already seeing rust, and that drives me absolutely crazy. So I'll be replacing that, because this isn't just an off-road rig. I mean, I'm gonna have to do fender wells too. This isn't just an off-road rig. I've also got my kids' car seats in there. I'll open it up for you. I've got kids' car seats in there, even though it's a mess right now. You know, I take my family around in this thing. It's important to me that my 2-year-old doesn't run around here and slice his hand open. It's also important to me that we don't look like Beverly Hillbillies going through McDonald's. So, and right now it kind of does with the bumper, but it's all temporary. I'll also show you, I made a switch panel, and really excuse the mess. This thing has been neglected for a little bit, but I made a switch panel. I can show you guys how to make one of those if anybody's interested. There is some welding and fabrication involved, but I mean, if you know how to weld, you can do it. I can also show you how I made these brackets in another video for ditch lights, and I can even go through show you how to make a relay don't know if you'll be able to see down in there. Not too well. So I've got the relay there, wiring harness going down. I can show you how to do a wiring harness for a relay, and it's going to look professional. You can't even, if I didn't show you where that was, I almost guarantee the average person couldn't look in there and find that. So there's that. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'll be doing with this Jeep. I've got a '93 C1500 Chevrolet. So yeah, it's got a 3-inch exhaust, straight pipes, no muffler. It's got the 4.3 in it. So I will be building a 5.7 for it. I haven't decided if I want to go stroker or not yet. Might go stroker, it just depends. If I can find a cheap block around here, I'm going to rebuild it. If I can't find a cheap block around here, I'm probably just going to order a crate motor and spec it out the way I want it. I would really like to just do a complete motor build just for the content, give people something to watch. But so I can show all that stuff, how to fabricate all that stuff, and I'll definitely be showing how to remove this. I can show you how I added in that wire. There's so much stuff I do. Just being able to post up my experiences and the things that I've struggled with, and giving people information that would have been very helpful to me when I started building it. And a lot of what I'm doing is really common. I don't want to say that it's a cookie cutter Jeep, because it's not. I'm going to be doing things a lot different than I see in a lot of groups. But yeah, if you like this video, check back and definitely have some more. Thanks.